Well, today I have a longer day than my normal ones, partly due to trying to break up the stages into lengths that are manageable for me, partly due to a mistake. So where I stayed last night in Vilarino, which I have to say was a stunning place to stay. It's an old coaching inn, hundreds of years old. I had a really good sleep. It was their day off, but they let me stay there and even prepared a really nice meal. Really great place to stay. But it wasn't that clear. Oh, look at this view with the clouds. It wasn't that clear on my app exactly where it was, and so when I was planning, I thought today would be a 21k stage. It's actually a 24k stage, which, you know, would be all right for me, except that I'm crossing the River Minho today, and that requires a 300-metre descent, very steep descent down to the river, and an ascent straight up. So sort of using John Brearley's methods, he estimates, if you like, the extra effort required for ascents and descents, and it's roughly, 100 metres up or down equates to an extra kilometre, I think, of distance. So it's really going to be like a 30k day for me. So seems like we've got a lot more road walking today. I have to say I'm coping with the road walking better than I expected. I think because I slow down a bit on the roads, I'm not pounding too much, and also the love-hate relationship that I have with these shoes. Whilst they're still continuing to fall to bits, they're very well cushioned, so that helps a lot. We're starting to descend a little bit now. That must be the river valley, I think, that we're looking at down there. Let me zoom in a little bit, and a bit more. This seems to be the early part of the descent, which is very pleasant. Nice surface and not too steep. I think we've got a kilometre or two of this, and then the steep bit down to the river. Let's see how we go. Okay, this is clearly the start of the steep bit. The good news is, down to this part, it was relatively easy. If you want a comparison, I'd say probably like walking the bit down to El Acebo on the Francis, but with a much better surface. It's not a loose surface. I can see the river, so not too far to go. Let's see if I can get down this bit now without ending up on my butt or wrecking my knees. I'm going to have to take a bit of video as I'm going down. I'm stopping to enjoy the view because if I try and walk and I look at the view, I'm going to fall over. This is gorgeous, isn't it? There's obviously some sort of weir or something there on the right. That's where the noise is coming from, and there's ripples on the river. Wow, let's just take this in for a moment. Isn't this picture perfect? As I walked down here and saw this view open up, one thought struck me. Oh no, I've got to walk up there. So I hope that cafe's open because I can sit and rest a bit. Just look at this view. So this is just coming down into Penasillas. Rather quaint little village. I'm going to put the phone away because I need my poles. This is still very steep. Okay, so there is a little bar in Penasillas, just down from the bridge, next to this pontoon, but it's closed. never mind. Looks like they have really good food. So we head up again out of Penasillas. I'm not sure if I recapped the descent into Penasillas. Bearing in mind I have done this in ideal conditions. It's not too hot and it's dry. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It is probably similar difficulty to coming down, and I remember this because I only did it a couple of weeks ago, coming down from El Acebo to Molina Seca, but the surface is much better and it's all over pretty quick. The steep bit is only about 30-45 minutes. So it's really nothing to worry about, and I would just reiterate, in wet weather, do take care. Yeah, a thought has crossed my mind, thinking that this was built by the Romans for carting goods. How on earth would you get a cart up this hill, you know, drawn by oxen or horses or whatever? It is steep, man. Really steep. I mean, obviously they did it. I'm just trying to work out how. You obviously wouldn't have the cart laden too much. You'd have plenty of horsepower or oxen power at the front, but you'd have to have sort of people ready with chocks to put under the wheels or something, you know. And the animal's only got to stumble a bit and everything starts sliding backwards. I don't know what the grade of this would be. It's hard to tell in a video, but probably 30%. You know, it's getting my heart going walking up it. So I'm going to have to go and research this now. How do you get a horse and cart up a really steep hill? Okay, more stunning views. How many more stunning views can there be? We've lost sight of Penasillas now. It's very nice walking here. Some of it's on road, some off road, and there's some very steep paths. So I'm not going to try and keep the camera rolling while I'm walking up here. I need my poles. Let's go. So I'm about halfway for the day. 2.5 k's to Chantada, where I'll take a break, give my feet a rest, and then I'll have I think 8 or 9 k's to go from there. I'm having a brief pit stop in Chantada, and I might see if I can find a little shop to replenish my snacks, and then it'll be onwards for the next 8 k's to Penasillas, I think it is, where I'm staying. So I'm just heading out of Chantada. Not a lot to report. Seems like a nice little town. There's lots of bars and supermarkets and places to stay, so I think it would be a good overnight stop, and it's certainly a good lunch stop and opportunity to replenish snacks and things like that. And according to Maps.me, I've got about 6.5 k's to go to the end of my stage for today, and I'm staying at Penasillas, which is a little hotel. The reason I picked that is that there's a fairly big climb tomorrow, and I wanted to get part way up the climb, so I'm not doing it all first thing in the morning. So it's a steady climb for the rest of the afternoon, I think. Let's see how it goes. There's another one of these vicious dogs. You're not big enough to be scary. Stop it. Just doing what dogs do. He's even having a bark as he trots off down the road. Is he going to look around? Have another bark? No. I've seen quite a few dogs today. They sort of seem quite intimidating as they're on the other side of the fence barking at you, but as soon as you walk past they get quiet, you know. They just don't want you coming onto their property. I've seen a couple in the street. Oh, here's another one. It's the little ones that are the yappiest. Let's see what this one does. I'll put my poles by my side. Oh, this is a big scary dog, this one. Hola! Are you a friendly dog? Or are you going to start yapping at me? Hmm? Hola! Hola! You're very cute, aren't you? Hello! Hola! 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 You're a little bit nervous, aren't you? No! Don't start doing that. Oh, and here comes his mate. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So I'll just turn my back and walk away. I thought you were going to be friendly. There we go. Now he's ignored me. 99.9% of the time, that's what will happen. I only stopped to talk to him because there was a lovely German Shepherd yesterday that was in the middle of the road like that, and he came over and licked my hand. And this is normally what they're like. Behind the fence, doing their job, having a bark. Yeah, you know, that's what I've got to do. I've got to bark at you. I'm not really going to do anything else. It's an interesting top on an old house, isn't it? Better make sure I'm on the right road here. Another one. This is a little yappy terrier. I don't know how many dogs I've seen today. 20 probably. Generally they have a big... Oh, you're a big boy. Oh, yes. So this is a Spanish Mastiff, I think. I would not mess with him. But you'll notice as I walk past, he'll be quiet. He just wants to make sure I'm not coming into the property. They're very intimidating, those big guys. He'll bark a bit and then he'll stop. The only incident I had that was a bit scary, which was on my videos on the VDLP, was 3 of those coming full pelt across a field at us. That's the only time I've been a little bit scared of dogs in 50 days. Normally they're chained, they're behind a fence, or they'll just sit in a driveway and bark at you. But that was the only time ever that it looked like they were actually going to go for us. But those big boys, they're pretty intimidating, aren't they? They're just doing their job, guarding the property or guarding the sheep. Alright, I better stop yapping and get on with it. I've seen a couple of these. I forget the name in Spanish. I'll look it up. They're basically for sort of corn storage and stuff. Stops the rats getting up into them. Very Galician. There's a better one there. And another one. Alright, there's an arrow. We're on the right track. Let's get going. There's another one. And I looked up the word because I didn't want to pronounce it incorrectly, although I probably still will. Oreo. Oreo. H-O-R-R-E-O. That's what they're called. This one's got a little notice on it. What's that about? Oh, I'm not going to stop and translate that. It's about something else, I think. Oreo. It's like a traditional sort of grain store. I don't think that one's used for storing grain. I think they're more for sort of decoration these days, or using like a garden shed. We've got a cow in a stream. That's a first, at least for me. She's been eating some of the leaves off the tree. Is that good stuff down there, is it, eh? Succulent. Yeah, the other one was in there but just climbed out. Oh, and we have the bull in the field too. Now, cows lying down, I always was led to understand that means it's going to rain because they want to lie down on a dry spot. But it's been feeling like rain all day. Is it going to rain, ladies? What do you reckon? You obviously think so. Well, I better get on then before it rains. Well, I have hit a major milestone. Check this out. Let me turn the... I am just under 100 kilometers from Santiago. Now back away, I saw a sign with 100.2, and I thought, oh, I wonder if they'll have a 100k marker like on the Francis, you know, a specific 100k marker. They didn't. Well, I didn't see one. But now I am officially less than 100 kilometers from Santiago. So that's significant in a number of ways. Firstly, I'm more than 900 kilometers from my start point in Sevilla on the Via de la Plata. I can't remember how long the Camino Blog is. I think it's about 260, 280, some fair way along that. But the thing to remember also is because now I'm under 100 kilometers from Santiago, I need 2 stamps in my credencial every day. So I've been walking for almost 50 days, putting 1 a day. Now I've got to try and remember to get 2. Hopefully I'll find enough places to be able to do that. Certainly in some of the recent days, you know, there wouldn't have been an opportunity to get a stamp through the day. But I made sure I got an extra one today at a cafe in Chantada, and I shall make sure that I get 2 tomorrow. So I generally do 1 wherever I'm staying, and then I'll try and get 1 along the way from somewhere else. That could be the tricky one if I'm not going through, you know, villages with cafes and things like that. But I'm sure I'll manage. So what a great milestone. Now I don't think I've got too much further to go today. I'm guessing probably about 3 k's, but a bit of an ascent still, I think. So let's get on with it.